Boy, if I was a personal injury attorney and I did aerial adventure courses, I would put up a billboard that said, "Have you been injured?" next to every trampoline park in this country. Now, why do you ask? Because I'm an expert witness and I serve on both sides of the defense or plaintiff side in trampoline court cases. And what's blowing my mind is really how ludicrous some of the actions of these trampoline court owners have become. I mean, everything from setting up a checklist that a huge franchise does where you just got to check boxes if something's been inspected in front of a computer. How do you do that and control that? Well, I taught them that. I taught them how to do this. I tried to explain to them in several of my reports, because I think this is the 6th report, expert report, against this plaintiff who's the largest franchise in the country for trampoline courts. Somebody who should know the standards. They've been around for decades. So if you're a personal injury attorney and you want to make some good money, put up a billboard. Were you injured? And then add a little caveat. That waiver doesn't have any ground to stand on. Because they don't. And the reason why they don't is because people are just checking the boxes. They're not inspecting. They're not getting underneath the trampoline. And I'll show you images in the background throughout this video of what it looks like underneath some of these trampoline courts that I've investigated and performed a site visit. I'll see broken springs. I'll see torn mats. I'll see just about every imaginable problem that should be made aware of, that I have to come in after an accident and say, that ball pit had nowhere near enough balls in it. Let alone it didn't even comply with the standard, because I can get you out of a lawsuit if you do a few things. 1, follow the standards. Look up ASTM 2970, go on and become a member of ASTM, get yourself the volume for F24, Amusement Park Rides and Devices, or Amusement Rides and Devices. Buy the volume. It's only about $75. You can actually vote on the standards, because you might be seeing some things like I see, like ball pits and foam pits, really should have a red line going all the way around them that is the minimum 3 feet deep, so that some staff member, as well as the patron, could look and see that red line and know that they need more balls or foam or whatever it is to bring that level up. Another area that I believe is important is changing your springs out when they break. Now, the standards will tell you that, the guidelines from the manufacturer will tell you that, but they're not being done. And let me tell you a simple way that I would recommend. When a spring breaks, replace it with a new spring on that trampoline bed, tie a tag on it so that you know that that spring has been replaced and what the date was. Record it with a video camera. I like GoPros. Don't check the boxes. Get yourself some wearable technology. It's not that expensive. Buy a bunch of SD cards, put them in here. Get your staff trained to use this to do their inspections. Now, granted, I would have them keep a tablet or something to check the boxes, so it's done digitally and it can easily be uploaded. But get the digital imagery, video, evidence that says you did what you were supposed to be doing. And one thing it will do too is it'll hold your staff accountable. Now, they can't just sit in front of that computer or hold that tablet and check the boxes saying, yep, this is okay, yep, this is okay, when it's not, and it hasn't been for months. And that's what I found out with this last report that I just did. I submitted a report yesterday. That report came out 1/5/24. Now that report was my third report in this case that should have settled. This was a case where you have a person jumping on a pie-shaped trampoline, and there's 8 of them in this octagon, and you have a swinging arm that's swinging around and she has to jump over it. So your pie-shaped trampoline bed has cross members that hold the springs so that you can bounce on this bed. The problem was the cross member behind her, as she's jumping to jump over this rotating arm, is unbolted. And it has been for several months because of the wear that had went on. And she's jumping and she's feeling a bouncier bounce. And she would, because a trampoline spring requires 38 pounds of tension under load. They should be under load, not loose. Can you imagine going out and jumping on a trampoline that 1/3 of the springs in 1/3 section are loose? What would that do? It would create an extremely erratic bounce. And then if you did get closer to the other springs, now you're having to adjust and you have no idea what the entropy of that trampoline bed is going to do, because it's not designed to have 1/3 of its springs loose. All the springs on the trampoline bed need to be under about 38 pounds of tension. That means they're pulled tight. They're not loose. That way they can absorb the energy as somebody bounces up and down. And believe it or not, this just blew me away. A professional engineer is trying to argue to the court for the defense that loose cross member missing 4 bolts, the only bolts that held it in the saddle. I've never heard of a professional engineer, a PE of all people, stating that you can take a cross member out of a 3-sided triangle, put a trampoline bed in there, and just let it float and hold some springs loosely and still be okay. It's not. It's absolutely not. In fact, if we would have brought the manufacturer in, the manufacturer would have provided another testimony or another expert to refute this professional engineer's idea that trampoline springs don't need to be tight. The frame of a trampoline doesn't need to be secure. Let me help you guys. I'm developing a training program that's going to be surrounding my accident investigations in the trampoline park industry. I'm going to identify the worst areas that you need to be concerned about. I'm going to help you learn documentation techniques that are going to make it easier for you. Plus, it's also going to give so much information that the plaintiff attorneys aren't going to want to pay me. By the way, if you are a plaintiff attorney and you like the video, like and subscribe, and call me when you have that accident, because it's going to happen, I guarantee you. The standards say 30-to-1 ratio. If you have 31 people, you need 2 people. So if you have 30 people out on your floor working and using your attractions, then you need at least 1 staff member keeping an eye. And I still think I would go above and beyond that. I'd even go to a 1 to 20. I'd take it a step closer, because that's due diligence that's going to get you out as a trampoline court owner of summary judgment. Do these simple things. Do these digital, video inspections of the things that you're supposed to inspect. One, it's going to create a lot of content, a lot of hours that plaintiff attorney is going to have to pay their expert to review to see if you did what you're supposed to be doing. Because those check boxes can easily say, I never even looked at it. And unfortunately, in some of these depositions, the staff members, the people that are over the safety and the maintenance, just aren't given enough information to do it right, I guess. You know, the right training, you know, and we're in the 21st century, people. Digital storage, we can do this. We can buy a 10 terabyte, whatever, and fill it full of day 1, day 2, day 3. And let me tell you this, I'll get into this into another section, but incident reporting is important, and I have some ideas there. Please like and subscribe. If you like this video, please, you know, reach out to me. If I can help your trampoline park, I want to help. You know, it's not about me getting rich as an expert witness. It's about me training you to keep somebody from getting injured. Because I've seen some horrific accidents. I've seen and heard of deaths. I've seen paralyzations. Extreme ankle injuries. Broken tibia and fibula on both legs. Trampoline parks can be dangerous. But if the trampoline park follows the standards, does the training, does the inspections, you're going to be much safer. And you're going to go happy in and happy out. Or maybe not quite happy in and happy out, because it's a lot of fun to exercise and do fun things and do new things. That's entertainment. But you don't want to go out in an ambulance. You don't want to go out on a stretcher, paralyzed, which I did a case this year already on that. Please like and subscribe. I'm going to tell more stories because I want this industry fixed. And if there's any way to fix it, you know, maybe I can be a little hummingbird and drop a little piece of water on. That's another story. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. You can reach us at zipsafe.org. We're also the Zipline Braking Solutions, which we've kind of got into the zipline industry, but ziplines are also part of trampoline parks now. In fact, we've done springs for a long time, about 2 decades. Thanks for watching.